Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing okay. Today's video, I thought I'd do a little chit chat, a recap of how I'm going, medications, a little bit about me. Yeah, for those who are new and want to know. So yeah, that'd be a change, won't it? All right. Hey, look, I've got my nice white jumper on from Temu. Oh, I love this. Can't wear it with makeup though, so I haven't got any makeup on. But it's lovely and warm. Yeah, if you can see, I've got a black bra on, so if you can see that, ignore it. Anyway, yeah, so we're on Sunday, the first Sunday of 2024. Let's get into this video. So my name is Ivy. I'm 56. This is my 57th year. Thank you, Lord. I have 3 kids, 1 girl, 2 boys, and 2 cute as hell grandkids, a boy and a girl. I have 2 sisters, 2 brothers. My brothers don't live that far away from me. And my sisters, one lives in Holland and the other one lives in they're London. Not that it's there, but you know. Yeah, and I've been doing YouTube a couple of years and I really love it. You know, I get some lovely comments and it's nice, It's nice. Anyway, so about 2018, I started getting double vision. And not double vision, blurriness. My eyes were very blurry. You know, even if I put my glasses on, nothing was happening. They were still blurry. And my hands were shaking, and I just kept thinking, what is this? Do I need a stronger prescription or something? Anyway, this went on for a while, and then double vision started rearing its ugly head too, which is so annoying, So I didn't do anything about it until one morning, my friends. I woke up and you can see that I'm looking at you now. Well, one eye just went down. It seems weird, you're probably saying, what? But one eye just went down. And I looked in the bathroom mirror and I was like, when you look close, I was like, what is going on? I was scared out of my wits. I was like, am I having a stroke? What? It was so surreal. And like I said, I was scared. Anyway, that same day, I had an appointment to go and see the opticians. I thought, well, maybe it's something to do with the glasses, So I kept that appointment. I kind of put my hair over that eye so I wouldn't frighten anybody, because it was weird to look at. One eye looking straight and the other eye was like looking down. I was like, okay. So I went to the optician's appointment and she was like, what's going on there? What's going on with your eye? And I was like, well, I thought you could tell me. And she was like, I've never seen that before. Anyway, she did the eye test and things. And then she said, you know what? You need to go to the hospital. And I think the next day was going to be Good Friday. And she said, go, before Good Friday, because you probably have to wait till Tuesday. And she said, I'm going to write you a referral letter. So I took that. I thought, okay. And I took that and I went to the hospital. And then, I was showing the doctors and they were like, well, what's happened here then? I thought, not again. I said, I was hoping you could tell me. I just woke up this morning and my eye was like this. So they did lots of tests and things. And it took a couple of weeks. And then they rang me back up and said, well, you have hypothyroidism with Graves' disease. And I was like, okay. And I've just got some notes here. So Graves' disease is an autoimmune disorder that involves the overactivity of the thyroid. So your thyroid's like there, isn't it? And it's a butterfly-shaped thing that pretty much keeps your body in order, and, you know, your metabolism and things like that, temperature. So yeah, I had hypothyroidism with Graves' disease. And symptoms of that were like double vision, blurry vision, anxiety, which I did have a lot of. And what else? The shaky hands. Generally feeling unwell. You know, my heart was like pounding all the time. And I did get like bursts of energy. I was energetic. You know, what else? Was going to the toilet like 2-3 times a day. Not for a pee, but, you know, for the other pee. And yeah, I was all over the place. But anyway, they sort of like put me on medication for that. I think it was, what was it called? Carbimazole. And I was on that for a few years. But then along the way, they said, well, we think you've now got thyroid eye disease. I was like, lovely. You know, and thyroid eye disease, it's like you get a lot of inflammation and build up behind the eye, so much so that the eyes bulge out. Did I have bulging eyes? Yep. And I just felt embarrassed, and I didn't want to go out, and I just try and hide my eyes, you know, with hair. And it was horrible. So let me tell you, my eyes have been on a journey, because I've had them looking down, I've had them looking that way, I've had them looking that way, you know, slightly upwards. So they've been all around the orbit of my eye, you know, and the bulging eyes was just horrible. Yeah, hopefully I'll never go back to that. So yeah, that lasted a while. And, you know, at that time I was over drinking, over smoking. And my thyroid specialist, she said, well, if you're smoking, especially if you're smoking, she said, cut out the drinking as well. But she said, smoking will make things 10 times worse. And it will make it slower for your eyes to get better. And so that, you know, we can get rid of the thyroid eye disease. So I did. I quit drinking, gave up the smoking. I thought, if I can't put my health first, then there's something up. So I did that. And this year, just saying, 5 years, not had an alcoholic drink, not had a cigarette. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, thyroid eye disease, which was bloody horrible. It was. And I'd keep going for eye tests. You know, they'd check my eyes, they'd do all kinds of things on my eyes. And then I was told that, because double vision, if it's affecting both your eyes, is usually a symptom of a squint. And one of these eye specialists said to me, do you know you've got a squint? And I was like, beg pardon? What? And said, yeah, you've got a squint. I'm like, since when? They said, you've probably had it since birth. And I always thought my eyes looked okay. So, you know, you learn something new every day. So a squint, this is where problems with the eye muscles or nerves causes the eyes to look slightly different, you know, in different directions type thing. So yeah. It seemed like forever, you know, and in the meantime I was just hiding away, and I didn't really want to go out anywhere because, like I said, I just felt embarrassed. And also I was on the tail end, I was put on prednisolone, you know, so that didn't help with producing like the moon face, which I've probably still got a bit of. Anyway, moving on from thyroid eye disease, there was this one doctor, and he said, you know what, Miss Campbell, we think you don't have thyroid eye disease anymore. We think you have something called myasthenia gravis. I was like, beg pardon? I was like, woof. I was like, what is that? So I'm going to tell you because I forget things all the time. So this is what, so myasthenia gravis is a rare long-term autoimmune condition that causes muscle weakness. Well, it's called myasthenia gravis because the gravis is for grave weakness, and it affects the muscles. It can develop later on in life, so it did with me, when the antibodies in the body attack the normal receptors. So, you know, my brain will send a message to my muscles to say, wave your hand, which I'm doing. But when that's not working, the muscles will send the message. They'll get stopped at the receptor stage, the acetylcholine. Yeah, that's where the receptors receive the messages. And the message won't be received. It won't get back to the muscles. So the hand will never know to wave. So it will be there like waiting and nothing happens. And like I said, this doctor knew a little bit about myasthenia gravis. And what a journey that's been, because it was like the doctors didn't want to say, you have it. It was a long event. You know, it took a long time to get diagnosed. I had so many tests done where they'd get these needles and be sticking them in my head, and that was painful, in my feet and my arms, and yeah. You know, it wasn't great. There was another time I went for, it was like an x-ray. Was it an x-ray? Yeah, where they made me drink this blue liquid. But she said, it will make you think that you've peed yourself, but you haven't. And it did, I thought. She went, you're okay, you're okay. It makes you think that you've peed yourself. There was another time where I had to go into, you know, when they're doing another type of x-ray scan, where you go in that enclosed thing, where your head is enclosed. And honestly, it took all I had to not say, let me out. Honestly, it's so horrible when they close it, and I was like, I never felt claustrophobic in all my life, but I was just like, they said 2 minutes, which felt like 2 days. I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on. But thankfully I did it, because, you know, I thought if I messed up, I'd only have to go through it again, and I wasn't going through that again. So a whole array of tests were done to see if I had this myasthenia gravis. And, you know, because it first started in my eyes. Yeah, like I said, my eyes have been on a journey. It first started in the eyes because my eye would just close on its own. And nothing I could do. Would I be able to open my eyes? The only way I could open my eyes would be to lift it up again. So it was called ocular myasthenia. And that was what I first got. And then I'd read somewhere that if you have ocular myasthenia, if it just stays in the eyes for like 3 years or more, then that's what it would affect, just the eyes. But unfortunately with me, my friends, this myasthenia had other ideas, and it started to generalize to the rest of the body. So it can affect the eyes, as I've said, your facial muscles, your jaws, chewing, breathing, walking, getting up, you know. And because I remember feeling like my wrists feel a little bit weird and floppy, and I was getting tinglings in my hands. And then, you know, the weakness started to come into my wrists and my hands. And I remember one time I was talking to my cousin on the phone, and she asked me a question, and then I couldn't answer it. I literally couldn't speak. It was like the top of my lip just was, it was like, nope, we're out. I couldn't speak. I couldn't pronunciate nothing. And she was there on the phone saying, Ivy, are you all right? And I couldn't reply to her. And then when I finally was able to speak, she said, what was going on? And I told her, she said, put the phone down and ring the doctors right now. So I did that, and I told the doctor all the symptoms, the weakness, you know, the legs and the eyes and the not being able to speak and everything. And she said, okay, I'll call you back in an hour. And so she did. You know, she called me back in an hour and she said, right, we need you to come into hospital. Yeah, we think the myasthenia gravis is generalised. So we want to get you in, do some tests. So, you know, I had to have help, you know, getting up off the toilet. You know, I couldn't get in and out of the bath. That was at its worst. I couldn't get in and out of the bath, couldn't hold a knife, couldn't cut anything, couldn't button up my clothes, couldn't pull up my clothes, never mind. You know, if I'd gone to the bathroom, couldn't do anything. You know, went to hospital. They started me back on the prednisolone because my friends, I had been on prednisolone, you know, to help with the double vision that I got with the thyroid problem. And then I'd managed to get off it. I was like, yes. Only for this generalisation of myasthenia gravis to occur, for them to say, right, we're going to put you back on prednisolone. And I was like, damn. Because anyone who's been on prednisolone knows what it's like, you know. So yeah, I was in hospital for a while. And, you know, until they got things straight. Because they started me on a low dose. And then every other day they'd put the dose up and up and up and up until I was at 120 milligrams every other day on prednisolone, which is quite a lot. It's like 24 tablets every other day, you know. And yeah, it did work, but being on prednisolone for a long time can mash you up. It's well, no medication is great long term. But it's just been a journey, you know, of trying to taper it down. So yeah, and from, you know, being on a high dose of prednisolone, it made, well, my blood sugar so high that I became type 2 diabetic. So I take metformin. I'm still on the prednisolone, but I'm on 7 milligrams now every other day. So each day it's like 3.5 milligrams, but I only take it every other day. 7 milligrams from 120. I just have to give it to God. Thank you. I'm not on the carbimazole anymore. That was for the thyroid. But the doctors do say, you know, it's probably going to come back, which isn't great because I didn't like the symptoms. Yeah, bit by bit, I'm trying to cut down on my medications and, you know, just try to eat better and be as active as I can be. Yeah, like I said, my friends, it's been a journey. I'm still on it. I'm still here. Thank the Lord, you know, to bring you lovely people videos like this. Yeah. So I've got no symptoms of thyroid problems at the moment. I'm down to 7 milligrams on my prednisolone. I have got a few other tablets. I take vitamin D every day because we need it with this weather. And like I said, I'm on the metformin, the prednisolone. I'm on another medication called azathioprine, which is supposed to take over when I, hopefully, if I can come off the prednisolone, get to 0 milligrams, then this azathioprine is I'm supposed to continue on with that. You know, I think it's also known as Imuran. And I take vitamin B and something else. Yeah, they told me to take omeprazole, which is, you know, because sometimes you can have stomach upset. But nah, that just makes me feel worse, so I don't take that. But yeah, slowly, you know, because let me tell you, when myasthenia was at its worst, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get upstairs. I couldn't pull. You know, like you go to the bathroom, you use the toilet, you do what you're doing, you stand up. I couldn't pull myself up with that. Honestly, I couldn't. But, you know, every time I pick up a knife or I can get in the bath and out the bath, I say, thank you, Lord. I don't take those things for granted no more. You know, so yeah, that's a little bit about me and my journey. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please give it a thumbs up. And, you know, if you do want to subscribe, then please do. You'd be more than welcome, you know. Hopefully I'll do some more chit chats through the year. I want to try and do some vlogs. I'm not great at vlogs, but, you know, the way I see it, the more you practice something, the better you become at it. You know, there's no use of allowing myself to be fearful of it. What's the point in that? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling great today. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just chill out, have a nice chill day. You know, I heard the other day that, what was he called? David Soul passed away. Honestly, back in the day, Starsky and Hutch was my thing, my show. I love Starsky and Hutch. Starsky was my guy. Hutch was okay. There's nothing wrong with Hutch, but Starsky was my guy, you know, with that big chunky car that he used to wear and the cool car. I was like, yes. But the coolest dude on the show by far had to be Huggy Bear. Loved Huggy Bear. And I saw him in not an advert. I saw him in an interview a couple of years ago. I think it was with David Soul and what's the guy that plays Michael Glazer. And I was thinking, what cream? I want to know what moisturizer Antonio Fargas is using, because his skin looked beautiful. But yeah, it's sad to hear that he passed away, you know, but that's, you know, the way things go. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I probably chewed your ear off long enough. Yeah, whatever you're going to do with your Sunday, enjoy yourselves. Be careful, look after yourselves and each other. Don't let the negative people win, they're just jealous. And let's keep smashing this life. God bless. I'll see you real soon in a brand new video. Bye for now.